Hey guys, it's Britt the Witch. If you're new here, I'm Brittany, the health unprofessional. I teach natural health and I expose corruption. In today's video, we're going to focus on natural health, at least at the beginning. I just want to teach natural health today. You know, I've been teaching in my videos about diet, lifestyle, herbs, and earthly supplements. So today I finally want to get into lifestyle a little bit more, and I'm going to show you some body products because, you know, diet, lifestyle, if you can see all those little words there, one of them is like cleaning and body products. So we're going to start to get into that a little bit more, and I'm going to show you some products that I have been using for years that I know work and I know are good. And some of my beauty products, which I probably look busted right now because this is not the best camera setup, and I just feel like I look better in person anyways. And I don't wear makeup. Not that makeup's all bad. There are some natural makeups. I just don't have time for that right now. And I used to make my own makeup because I'm really strict with natural health. Like, I will not put any chemicals on my body. Like, I'm super strict, you know, so a lot of makeup that says it's natural isn't as natural as I like. So I just decided I'm not going to wear it, or I'll make my own. And, you know, it's been years and years and years since I've even looked at natural makeup because I'm so comfortable without it now. The only time I get uncomfortable is when I show up on camera with this horrible lighting on my computer. And then I am like, oh, I probably look like total crap, you know? But it is what it is. I just embrace it because I know I'm hot in real life. And if I, you know, on the camera, it's a little different. I'm just being defensive because I know some people might be like, oh, you look busted. Why should we even take your advice? Well, besides whether you think I look busted or you think I look hot, that's not what this is about. This is about health. Because I only use products. The reason why I avoid chemicals is because if you spray chemicals, rub chemicals on your body, and if you're cleaning with chemicals, they kill your beneficial microbiome. You know, your whole body has a microbiome, not just the digestive system, your mouth, your skin, your eyes, everything. Your whole body has a microbiome. And diet, you're going to remove the chemicals in your diet, you know, pesticides, GMOs, all the weird additives and chemicals. Remove that from your diet. Now, when we move on to lifestyle, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to remove all the chemicals, remove all the weird shit from your lifestyle. And then that's going to support your beneficial microbiome so that you can start to support the beneficials and let them take back over. And the pathogens, obviously, we want to kill them and suppress them and make it harder for them to exist. This is also called the terrain theory. Now let's just dive right into some of these products that I use because it's going to support your beneficial microbiome. And also, besides health, like our physical health, and we want to support the microbiome, we're trying to take back control from these satanic people, right? The satanic people make all the bad, crappy products with the poisons. You know what I mean? Yeah, so when we start to buy these natural products that I'm going to show you and stop buying the poison versions of all these products, we're going to start to take back control on the earth from these satanic people, which is similar to the microbiome. You know how we want to support beneficials and suppress and kill pathogens? Same thing with earth. We want to support the beneficials. The beneficial humans like me, we should support each other. But yeah, the satanic people are like the pathogens. And some of the satanic people own businesses. If you've been watching my videos, you would know. I'm starting a YouTube channel, so I don't really have as much information on YouTube. And on YouTube, I'm going to start to post more and more and try to catch it up. But YouTube is weird because I hear there's lots of censorship, so I don't know if I can post everything on YouTube that I post on my other platforms. So there's a lot going on right now with me. I'm just a one-woman show who is suppressed on social media. I'm definitely suppressed. I'm hoping with YouTube, I won't be as suppressed somehow. If whatever, I just have to keep going. That's all I can do. I was feeling hopeless recently, and then now I'm feeling fine again. It's going to keep happening where I'm feeling hopeless. Like, I'm going to have ups and downs as I keep going. And I don't know what's going to happen if I'm ever going to, like, it's like a battle, like the microbiome. I'm a beneficial microorganism, human, and I'm trying to take back over. I'm not sure. We have to see if we're going to do it. Just like killing infections in the body. It's a battle. And, you know, we all need to work together. So if you're working for good, join me, support me, do what I say in my videos. Buy some of these products that we're going to talk about and join the fight. And let's start taking back control. I got on a rant. The satanic people own a lot of these businesses that are poisoning us. The pharmakiea people, pharmaceuticals, pharmakiea. If you know, you know. They own the same people own that own the pharmaceutical companies also typically own and created all the chemical companies, like these chemical cleaners. You know what I'm saying? I tried to explain why we're doing this video and why I'm going through these products. We're just going to start. You know, I'm just going to show you a few products in this video, what and why you want it. I have a whole beauty routine. Like, there's so much more that we're going to cover, but let's just get into some products. I can optimize it all. I don't want to choose. I'll be quick to cut pharma profits off, so don't get comfortable. Look. Okay, I just want to show you. I don't have my glasses on, which is horrible for making a video, but you know, maybe I should put them on real quick. Or I'll have to get creepily close. I just wanted to show you, like, for real. I'm not going to go sign in and show you everything, but a lot of these products that I'm going to show you, I've already bought from Amazon like 4 or 5 times, like over the years or more. I've been buying them a lot. Like, I really buy them from Amazon because it is the best price. Sometimes you get overpriced items on Amazon that you can find cheaper, better prices somewhere else. But then sometimes they really do have great prices that are even better or break even. And sometimes it's just more convenient. You know what I'm saying? There's some good prices. The ones that I'm showing you today, I truly buy from Amazon because they have great prices and you can't find them anywhere else for that price, especially. At least I can't. So you can see just buy again. I just want to show you, like, on my buy again, I really have bought all these products that I'm going to be showing you today. So let me start getting into it, these products. So one that I want to show you is called Castile soap. So I have 2 kinds of Castile soap here that I've been purchasing from Amazon for a while. Because a lot of people, you can wash your body with Castile soap. I use Dr. Woods. I use both of them. But Dr. Woods is seeming a little bit more natural. It's hard. It's like hard to find a perfect product, but these are the 2 best Castile soaps that I can find that I've been using for years, literally. Recently, Dr. Bronner's has pissed me off a little bit. Let me go get something. So, yeah, recently, Dr. Bronner's has kind of started to lower their quality a little bit, and I'm going to reach out to them. I have not reached out to them yet, but recently I've been like looking at it and I'm like, they really need to just take this out. So I'll read you some of the ingredients. This is like a sample size that I saw at like Target, I think. It was like just a sample, and I needed it because I was traveling and I didn't want to bring like a huge thing. And I just thought it would be good to have a little travel size. And now I just refill it. So every time I run out, I just have a big one and then I refill from it. I even have a different box that I just bought. So I have this one that I bought recently too. There's still some plastic in this bottle, but there's less plastic, and I don't know, I just tried it. Oh yeah, this says 86% less plastic per quart. So these people are trying, and I don't think they sold out. I was like, did they sell out their company? And is that why they're lowering the quality? I don't think they did, but I do need to reach out to them because this is my job. I hold people accountable. I keep people evolving. I keep myself evolving constantly. You know, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. And part of the reason I'm not perfect is because these motherfuckers aren't perfect. If they were, I wish they would be more perfect. So I'm going to be reaching out to these companies as well as I can. You know, I'm trying to do a bunch of shit as I can. Let's just read off the ingredients and what I like about them and what I don't like. But I use them. So there's a reason why I buy these products. They're much less poisonous. You know, it's just my opinion and speculation. Dawn or all sorts of other kinds of dish soaps, I hate them. Even 7th generation, I don't like that dish soap compared to this. Like, to me, it's just, there's still synthetic stuff going on sometimes with them, or they're just like GMOs and preservatives. Oh, dear. I might go return this one. Is this in all of them? I think I'm going to go return this one. Or just next time, I'm not going to buy this one. I'm going to look at the ingredients closer next time because I just trusted these guys. So I'm either not going to buy this. If this refill is the one, because when I'm looking at this one, it's almond scented. This one's eucalyptus. So I'll have to keep a close eye on them because I don't like this ingredient right here. Okay, so this one has water, organic coconut oil, potassium hydroxide, which that sounds really bad, and it's not my favorite thing, but it says right on there, none remains after saponifying oils into soap and glycerin. So the potassium hydroxide, none remains after they make it into soap. So water, coconut oil, the potassium hydroxide, which gets out, and I've known that for a long time. That's not what's changed here. Organic palm kernel oil, organic olive oil, organic hemp seed oil, organic jojoba wax, natural almond fragrance, which it says regenerative organic certified. Citric acid, doesn't specify if it's organic. Tocopherol, this is the ingredient that I'm like, what the fuck? Benzyl alcohol? No, like, we don't need benzyl alcohol. That's gotta be synthetic. And then limonene, which to me it's like some kind of, it seems synthetic. So these guys are kind of lowering their quality and starting to piss me off a little bit, but I still use them. This is the worst one I've seen. Dr. Bronner's, like, you need to fucking get your shit together before I stop buying your soap altogether. But for now, I'm going to keep buying it, and I do recommend it to people. This one has water, the eucalyptus, has water, organic coconut oil, potassium hydroxide, which none remains after, organic palm kernel oil, organic olive oil, organic eucalyptus oil, organic hemp seed oil, organic jojoba wax, citric acid, tocopherol, limonene. So the limonene, I don't like that. I really think that's synthetic. And it's probably something, I'm not liking that. Like, just put, if it's lime or something like that, I have no clue exactly what it is. I don't care. Whatever it is, just take it out. Don't put it in your soap. I don't think you need it in your soap because it used to not have that. If I look up pictures on my phone, if I had the time, which I don't, I guarantee you I have pictures that I probably sent to Zayla back in the day, or just random pictures on my phone where they have changed their ingredients over the years. But the thing I like about it is there is a lot of organic going on. And Castile soap is soap made from oils. That's the best kind of soap that there is. But now these guys are kind of lowering the quality a little bit because I don't like that. In the almond one, they have that benzyl alcohol and then they have almond fragrance. Like, why can't we just have almond oil? That's what they used to have. Like, don't cheap out and don't lower your quality. We'll see. For now, I'm going to still use them, but I'm going to be more careful and find the ones that don't have the benzyl alcohol, because I do not like that. But I still recommend these ones. For dishwashing, that's what I use Dr. Bronner's for, is for dishwashing. Because all the like other soaps out there, they have even more weird crap in them, you know? So this is still the most natural dish soap that I've had. And it gets sudsy because Dr. Woods, we'll go into Dr. Woods soon. This one doesn't get as sudsy, but I still like it. But for washing dishes, you could use Dr. Woods, but it's just a little bit less sudsy, so it takes more of it to wash your dishes, I feel. And it just, it's a little less good at washing the dishes. Although when I have my bag and I'm rich, I'm never going to be, I don't, when I say rich, I just mean when I'm like abundant enough. Like I don't mean like I'm going to be I should be a freaking billionaire. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. If I was, I'm not going to be the type who has like everything. I'm not going to get into it. I deserve to be one. Okay? If people get mad at me for wanting money, fuck you. I deserve money. If doctors and all these satanic people get paid to kill people, then I deserve to get money for helping people and to help save lives. This stuff does help save lives, but I do need to reach out to Dr. Bronner's. And if any one of you guys want to do it, they just need to take out the benzyl alcohol, take out everything synthetic. Dr. Bronner, the real true Dr. Bronner, he would be rolling over in his grave right now if he fucking saw what these people put in here. Anyways, so now I like that it's organic. I do like that they have regenerative organic certified ingredients as well. Is it still made in the USA? I believe it's made in the USA. There's so much written on these bottles. It's like I'll never find where it's made. I'll never find where it's made. Yeah. The original concentrated 18-in-1 magic soap. Because there's tons of stuff you can do with it. Like laundry, which I'm going to start probably using this one for my laundry, which I'll tell you why. Like right now I have a laundry detergent that I've been using. It's good. But then there's one ingredient I don't like. So I think I'm going to switch over just to Castile soap. This one, Dr. Woods. So 18-in-1 magic soap with regenerative organic certified oils and certified fair trade ingredients. Dr. Bronner is the best soap for human, home, and spaceship Earth. I'll agree it's pretty damn good. But now they're lowering their qualities. So guys, what are you doing to spaceship Earth? Like, come on. You're putting some of the Nazi stuff in there, I'm pretty sure. Like when you start to get into those synthetic items that I don't like, it's the Nazi, the satanic people. They have many names. Nazis, commies, Israelis, they're all the same people to me. Yeah, but they talk about how you can do laundry, you can do dishes, shave, body wash, face. Do your foam soap with it. Like refill your soap dispensers, which I do not use this one in my soap dispensers. I use this one because this one doesn't clog them in time. In time, this one will clog them. You just poke it or something and it unclogs it. But still, I'd rather not have to unclog it. I've been using this one in my soap dispensers for years. It's never clogged. Not once. This one I started using and it did clog and it was annoying. And then it would like, as you're unclogging it, it like shoots off to the side and I'm like, ah! You know, so then I switched over to that one and I don't even know why. They must just make them different. There's like a different recipe going on. And for some reason, this one doesn't clog the soap pumps. But this one's much better at washing dishes. Like it just gets the job done better, I think. But it's like, if they lower their quality too much, I'll happily switch over to Dr. Woods for dishwashing too. Dr. Woods, there's one thing I don't like about them. Fruit and veggie wash. all-purpose spray, like cleaning. I do clean with this. Like my floors, I clean with this. There's a certain way that you do it. You don't want too much, only a little bit. I shared my recipe for cleaning. It's in my parasite cleanse, because if you're cleansing parasites, you need to know how to stay cleanly. Like I was talking about parasites, intestinal worms. So intestinal worm parasites especially, you got to clean your floors a lot. So I shared my floor cleaner, how I make it. And I shared another cleaner, like just some cleaning, like I actually made it in the video. And then I'll share the rest of it eventually. Like that's right now, people who pay me that higher ticket price get the early access to that. And then in time, I do want to release all those videos for a better price for people, but we're going to start out serving people who can pay me more. We'll see. I'll have to just see. I just have to see, you know? Step by step. Just let it all fall into place step by step. So, what else was I reading on here? Camping. I don't know what they mean about camping. I'm assuming just that you can bring this and then it covers all your needs. It's dishwashing, it's biodegradable and it doesn't harm the environment. Dogs. Wet fur, massage enough for rich leather. Yeah, you can wash your animals with it. Cats, I have never needed to give my cat a bath. She's pretty good. But I do use Castile soap to wash stuff for her when I need to. You know, like I'm not use all my natural cleaners that I use for me, I use them on my cat too. People worried about essential oils for cats, don't be worried about mopping your floors with a little tiny bit of this, okay? Don't be worried about that. I've used, not this kind because it clogs stuff, but the Dr. Woods, I've used it in my rug shampooer. Not a problem. I also do vinegar in my rug shampooer. When I do the floors, I do it with vinegar too, and Castile soap, and some additional essential oils, and that's it. I teach you how to mix it all up though, and I show you in the video. My parasite cleanse. So yeah, I think that's it about the Dr. Bronner. Just that they are starting to lower the quality a little bit. I wish I could find an original bottle when they had like the best ingredients ever, because I swear. This is a bottle that was from a while ago, or maybe it's their lavender recipe. I'll check the lavender recipe and see. Ingredients: water, organic coconut oil, organic palm kernel oil, potassium hydroxide, which after they saponify it's gone, they say. And I believe them. I'm trusting this. I've been using this for years, and I stopped my infections, and this is this kind of soap I've been using, Dr. Bronner's and Dr. Woods, so I know it's decent. Like we just said, everything so far is the organic oils, organic olive oil, lavandin extract, which I don't like. That's when they start, you know how like there's like vanillin and lavandin and like limonene. That's like supposed to be from limes. Guys, just do essential oils. Lime essential oil, lavender essential oil. Or like vanilla, they don't usually have essential oil, but they have vanilla extract. Can we just go back to this and not be doing the synthetic ones? Like that I don't like. Organic hemp seed oil, organic jojoba oil, lavender extract, citric acid, tocopherol. Okay, so this is the best recipe so far. The eucalyptus was pretty similar. Yeah, the eucalyptus is pretty much similar. It's just they have the limonene and the organic eucalyptus oil. This one has lavender extract and then the lavandin extract. So the lavandin and the limonene are the two kind of altered. That means they're kind of synthetic. I don't like that. But overall, it's decent. And I've been using it, and like I said, I use it for dishwashing And then I either use this one or the Dr. Woods to wash my floor and to wash other things. I might use either of them. But for dishwashing, especially, Dr. Bronner's is definitely it. But you can do all those other, there's all those other uses. It's just I prefer Dr. Woods for my soap dispensers since it doesn't clog, and then Dr. Bronner's I prefer for dishwashing. And then otherwise I'll use them both for showering, cleaning, laundry. I might prefer Dr. Woods so that it doesn't clog anything because it's going through a machine. But you know what I'm saying. So I have a little bit of a preference for each one depending on my use, but then some of the uses I'll use either of them for. So here's the thing about Dr. Woods. It's like Dr. Bronner's has a bunch of organic and organic regenerative, but then this one is not organic. It's more natural in terms of they're not using any of those fake, like limonene. And this one's extra bad. I just can't believe they put that benzyl alcohol. Get that shit out of there. Like, what are you doing? So there's nothing like that. In this one, it's just aqua, which is purified water. Cocos nucifera, coconut oil. Cannabis sativa, hemp seed oil. Olea europaea, olive fruit oil. None of these are synthetic. It's just using the scientific name. Tocopherol, which is vitamin E. That's fine. Melaleunia alternifolia. I just butchered that. Melaleuca alternifolia, which is tea tree leaf oil. Sea salt, citric acid, Rosmarinus officialis, rosemary extract, the scientific name. It's not like a synthetic version. So this I really love because they truly are keeping all the synthetics out. Truly. But I will say about the Dr. Woods, if they are using pesticides, which it seems like they are, that is supporting the Nazis, commies, the satanic people. So that's bad, and then that makes Dr. Bronner's better, but then I like that they don't have the limonene. And we're going to find out in a minute. We're about to do a deep dive into some soap ingredients, including poison soap, and we're going to find out the lavandin is actually not as bad as I thought. Dr. Bronner's isn't as bad as I thought with some of those ingredients, but still I kind of would just prefer if they could simplify it, keep it more simple like this, but these guys need to go organic. Okay, you get it. With both of them, it doesn't specify the citric acid because we all know some citric acid can be GMO from a black mold, but then there's other citric acid which is from citrus fruit, and that's the kind that all these organic or natural products should be using citric acid from citrus fruit. I don't know if they are, but what can you do? You have to start where you're at, do what you can, get better as you go. So obviously, I'm going to definitely reach out to these companies when I can, when I think of it, and you guys should do the same with me. Reach out to them and just let them know, like, hey, you could improve this. Like, I would like to see that. And obviously, we know if they improve the quality, it's going to raise the price at least a little bit. That's fine. I would rather pay a little bit more. Whatever you got to do to make it perfect, we'll pay the price, people. God, just make it perfect. Now, the other thing, like I said, I don't like that it's not organic. Like, it doesn't specify if the coconut oil, hemp oil, olive oil, tea tree oil, rosemary, it doesn't specify if all this is organic. So that I don't like. I would prefer it to be organic. That's where it gets kind of annoying because it's like on one hand, Dr. Bronner's, I like some of that. It's more organic. On the other hand, with Dr. Woods, there's some pros and cons. You know what I mean? They each have their pros and cons. But overall, I've been using them both for years. And my microbiome has benefited, and I did stop my infections. And these are what I recommend for people right now. If I find better brands as we go, I'll let you guys know. But for now, I recommend these, and I'm going to link the Amazon links below. And it would mean a lot to me if you could support me by using my Amazon links, which they might be clickable, they might not be. I'm going to work on it because the clickable links are longer and obnoxious. And on YouTube, I don't even know if they let me have clickable links yet. On Rumble, I can have clickable links, but I'm not sure if the short ones are clickable or not. It's a long story. So whatever you got to do, use my links. I'll show you, if it's not clickable, I'll show you what you got to do. You just got to highlight it and hit open a new tab, and you're going to see. But it would mean a lot to me if you could use my Amazon links so I could just start getting some kind of support. You got to start somewhere. And then I also like that it says Dr. Woods Products, Albany, New York, made in the USA. So that's really close to me, Albany, New York. Dr. Bronner, I'm not sure where it's made, but it's definitely not New York. California, I think, because I'm from New York. So that's why I'm like, oh, that's cool. Keep your recipe exactly the same, but if you can improve, even if you have to raise the price, it would be going organic. And also, is your citric acid non-GMO? Like, preferably it would be organic, but at the very least, is it non-GMO? Like, we don't want the citric acid from the GMO black mold, because that's going to support Nazis. Who do you think genetically modified that black mold? The Nazis, commies. The satanic people made the pesticides too. The satanic people. The pharmakiea sorcerers GMO'd the black mold, okay? So that's my only improvements for them is... But whatever. I like them. I like them for my soap pumps. I do prefer Dr. Bronner's, Dr. Woods for washing my body, because just like the feeling, I've used both to wash my body, and I'll use Dr. Bronner's to wash my body too. But I just prefer this one, the way that it makes my skin feel. I feel like it does not strip the oils as much. I don't know why. It's just their recipe, something about it. So it doesn't clog in the soap pumps. That's why I want to use it for laundry too. That's why I prefer to use it in my rug shampoo too. Just a little bit. You never use a lot of Castile soap, especially Dr. Bronner's. Very small amounts. For body wash, I have to use I feel like a decent amount. Like, not too much, but like, you'll figure it out for body wash. I'm talking when you're washing your floors. You don't want too many bubbles. You just want enough. You don't want too much. Hopefully, no. If not, you'll have to watch my video when whoever pays me to access it, or when I reach 1,000 members on YouTube, then I'll sign up for that thing and I'll show you guys, because I can't do everything for free. I'm like a car running without getting any gas put in my tank. You're going to run out of gas and run out of energy and not be able to perform if you don't get paid. So anyways, yeah, that's Dr. Woods here. And Dr. Bronner's. I'll have links for both of those. So I'm doing an additional recording to add on to my first lesson about better body products, healthy body products, what to look for. But I also like to cover what we don't want. I want to give you good examples of what we want and then examples of what we don't want. And I also was like, when I started looking into Dawn dish soap, I was like, you know what? Let's try to see if I can connect them to the Nazis. Because in the past, in my videos on Rumble, I have connected many companies, pharmaceutical companies, and these chemical cleaners. I have connected them to Nazis. I know the roots, but I like to prove it to people. It's just my opinion, speculation for now, but I have proven it in videos. If you're on YouTube, I think I'm going to end up posting this to YouTube. I wasn't sure if I was going to wait, but I do need to get my YouTube followers up so that I can start to do my members over there. So if you're on YouTube, make sure you're following me, because I got to hit that 1,000 follower count, and do your job sharing this, guys, so that I can perform better for you. Get your friends all hyped up about it. and be like, yo, let's join Brittany and let's start doing this. And you know, people can join me for free. And then I'm going to have my offer for you at the end for people who want to pay me and work closer. We'll explain that more at the end. Anyways, so I was just looking more into Dawn dish soap since I mentioned it. And it's hard to explain what I've been thinking about. But before we get into Dawn dish soap, I want to talk about Dr. Bronner's, because I did notice when I was reading the side of the bottle, you can see down here how it says, they're talking about Dr. Bronner's soap from Dr. Emanuel Bronner. Somewhere on here they say, yeah, it's still owned by the family, because I was wondering. Dr. Bronner's is still 100% Bronner family, and then down here, owned and operated. So I trust the Dr. Bronner people. They do seem to be connected with Jewish people, which sometimes can be a red flag. Sometimes not. Because really, it's the satanic people, and I think they infected all religions. But there's got to be some... There's people in all religions who are normal, and then there are some satanic people who have infiltrated all these religions. That's what I think. And I trust Dr. Bronner's, but I do think they need to improve their product a little bit. And there's one of their products we'll talk about soon where they're kind of they're on the level of Dawn with one of their products. And guys, like Dr. Bronner's family, you need to listen to me and improve your products and do what I say. I bet you Dr. Bronner, Emanuel Bronner, the original guy, I bet you he would be rolling over in his grave and a little bit disappointed at his family members. He's going to be proud of his family because they're trying their best. But I think he's probably rolling over in his grave, looking down, like cringing. And he's like, probably like, Brittany, he's probably connecting with me right now. Like, Brittany, reach out to my family and get them on the right path again. Because like he says on his bottle, if you read the bottle, there's so much good stuff that I like. It says, heal people, doing business with every soul in mind. For customers, only the purest ingredients, which they do a decent job, but there's a couple things that they need to improve, which I talk about in the video. Independently certified. For suppliers, fair pricing, safe working conditions. For employees, good pay, profit sharing retirement plan, bonuses, health insurance, access to psychedelic assisted therapy for mental health, which I love. He's probably talking about like maybe it's marijuana, Mary Jane, which is science-based, and I put that in some videos before. If you're on YouTube, you know I haven't posted most of my videos to YouTube yet, but I will at some point. So marijuana, probably psychedelic shrooms, maybe peyote. I don't know, but I love that they do that because I'm into that too. Right now I'm not using any psychedelics. I'm going off of them for now because I just need a really clear mind for what I'm doing. But I support the use of organic, natural psychedelics. You don't want to overdo them. Anyways, I just think that's cool. And my first teacher, who was also Jewish. One of my first teachers was Jewish too. And he taught about like shamanism and stuff. So I trust some Jewish people. I just say that because I know it's true. There are the Zionists who think that everyone else are animals below them. But when you read this, you can tell Dr. Bronner is not a Zionist. And hopefully his family did not turn away from his teachings. The visionary language on this and all Dr. Bronner's soap labels is the moral ABC, the true life's work of Dr. Emanuel Bronner, who yearned to unite all humans beyond religious and political boundaries. I think I agree with this. I think all religions and all these politics, it's divide and conquer technique. So I love that even though he seems to be religious, because he's quoting rabbis. If you read the bottle, he did quote some rabbis. So, see down here, the real Rabbi Hillel taught. So, and then he talks about Israel a little bit too. So, and I think that Dr. Emanuel Bronner, he just was born in a time where he probably didn't know. If he liked Israel, he probably didn't know, like, the truth. Because I am telling you right now, I do not support Israel. It's my opinion. Like, I don't support them. thinking that everyone else below them are animals and we should be their slaves. Like, that's what it seems like they think. I do not support that. And I'm going to put this on YouTube. I don't think it's going to be a problem. It's just my opinion. You know, if it's a problem to say that anyone who thinks, like, if they believe the teachings that I've seen where they say we're animals below them, we should be their slaves. If it's bad for me to say that I don't like that and I don't support that, then YouTube has a problem. But I'm going to put this out on YouTube because why shouldn't I be able to express my opinion? I'm even stating it's just my opinion. And I'm stating right here, I'm promoting these people who are talking about rabbis in Israel. So I'm promoting this product. I still like the product. But see this limonene? It's a synthetic. That's not natural. Limonene, they need to replace that with like lime oil or something different. There's just a couple ingredients that they need to upgrade. But overall, they're doing decent, you know? But you can see when you're reading the bottle, it's like, we strive to honor. Oh, I love how they say this too. Beyond religious and political boundaries, as children of one eternal and ever-loving source. That's what I started saying too. The source of all that is. Like, that's who I work for. And I believe in good and evil. I explained it all in my videos. My own beliefs, because I don't follow any religion, because I think they're all corrupt by the satanic people. So I pray to the source of all that is, working in the highest and best good of humanity. And it says, we strive to honor his vision by making socially and environmentally responsible products of the highest quality and dedicating profits to heal and unite our shared spaceship Earth. And yes, like, who knows if there's a dome or if there's space, but I get what they're saying. Spaceship Earth, like, I get it. Like, we want to take care of our planet. And by taking care of our planet, it ripples out and takes care of us. Because if you keep polluting the earth, like with all these people using, in my opinion, we're going to go look at the ingredients and you can think what you want. My opinion, Dawn is poisoning the earth. So people go out there and you support Dawn, you're going to see which kind of people you're supporting. I don't think they're good people. That's my opinion, speculation. You're going to have to decide what you think when we look into them a little bit. I want to support these guys over here, but I also wish they would, like, I'm going to look up that ingredient limonene if I remember, and we'll see, because I'm pretty sure it's synthetic. So anyways, I just like, if you read the bottle, when you buy a Dr. Bronner's, I hope you buy both of them, the ones that I'm going to show you in this video. Buy both, try both out. That's what I do. I always buy both. And I'm going to continue to buy Dr. Bronner's unless they lower their quality, because there's just a couple concerns I have. Or if I feel like they get bought out by satanic people or corrupted by satanic people, then I might have to stop buying them. But for now, I'm promoting them, okay? And it says down here, no dyes, no lies. That's the thing with Dawn. It's like a blue dish soap. You know it's like a blue dye. We don't need dyes and these synthetic ingredients going into the earth, you know? And we also don't need it on our hands. When we wash it, our hands absorb that. Transdermally, we absorb either good things. If you're washing with good stuff, you're going to absorb good stuff. If you're washing with poison, you're going to absorb poison into your body. Also, when you're washing dishes with it, which obviously if you have a dishwasher, I'll eventually share what I use in the dishwasher. But for now, we're just focusing on this today. And I do hand wash. There's always going to be some dishes that you have to hand wash, you know? And when you're washing your dishes, you are leaving behind a little bit of residue. No matter what you think, there's a little bit of residue from that soap that's going to remain on the dish, even after you rinse it with water. So I'd rather have high quality ingredients left behind on my dishes and then absorbed into my hands and then poured out into the earth, because it eventually goes back into the earth where it's supposed to biodegrade. But if it's a bunch of chemicals, it's not going to biodegrade properly, and it's going to disrupt the microbiome because, so the reason why I wanted to do this extended part about Dawn is because I was going to just put in this I was looking up the ingredients. I was just going to throw in a screenshot on the screen when I was talking, but I was like, no, I have to do a little bit of a deep dive here because I saw this. They're trying to make it look good. They're like, oh, it's environmentally friendly components that break down naturally. No, it's synthetic and it's poison for the microbiome, and it's not going to biodegrade as easily as Dr. Bronner's or Dr. Wood's. That's literally just made from oils, plants. They take stuff, plants and oils, and they do stuff to it in a factory and change it, and it's not as biodegradable. And I believe it's poisonous for the microbiome. And then also down here when they talk about, so additional components, they say there's fragrances. Yeah, those fake fragrances, Dr. Bronner's uses essential oils usually, or oils, but then they started doing the kind of synthetic, like limonene. I don't like that. They need to take that out. But it's still better than Dawn. Dawn's fragrances, I have a feeling when we look at it, we're going to see, are poison. And they're going to disrupt the microbiome, kill the microbiome in humans and in the earth. Because it's not meant to be there, because they change it in a laboratory doing their alchemy. So preservatives down here prevent microbial growth in the product. Yeah, so if it's a natural preservatives, which Dr. Bronner's has like tocopherol, that's fine, which is like a vitamin. I forgot if it's a vitamin A or E. It's one of those vitamins, and that's fine. Or like rosemary is sometimes used as a preservative. That's fine. Essential oils are preservative. That's fine. But their preservatives are going to be synthetic and prevent microbial growth. That includes your microbiome. So it kills germs. It kills microbes. It's going to kill your beneficial microbiome too. And it's going to kill the Earth's microbiome. So I don't understand how they're saying it's going to biodegrade, because biodegrading means bacteria break it down. So when you have synthetic preservatives that kill microbes, how do you think it's going to be biodegradable? You know what I mean? Dawn is committed to transparency regarding its ingredients. Yeah, sure. That's why when I looked it up, it was trying to make it sound like it was healthy. No, it's not. I do not use it. You know what I mean? So let's just get into the Dawn's products now. Yeah, I was going to put the screenshot in, but I'll just tell you right now. Castile soap is a natural vegetable-based soap traditionally made from olive oil originating from the Castile region of Spain. And olive oil has oleuropein, which is a natural antibacterial. So that soap is naturally going to be antibacterial. And then if you add essential oils for scent, it's also going to add natural antimicrobials. Like clove oil has a nice scent, and it has eugenol, kills germs, you know? So Castile soap is truly biodegradable. It's literally made from oils. There's nothing weird done to it in a factory, really. Besides, there is a little process that it goes through with the saponification, and there's that one ingredient they put that at least Dr. Bronner's puts in. I don't know about Dr. Wood's, if they're putting that in or not. It seems like they're not. You know what I'm saying, hopefully. If not, I tried. So anyways, let's just get into Dawn. Because you can look at it and you can see there's blue dyes in it. Which that's one thing that Dr. Bronner said. No dyes, no lies. Yeah, we want to avoid the dyes. Which I'll tell you right now, Bayer Aspirin started as a dye company. Because I'm telling you guys that the pharmaceutical companies are connected to these chemical cleaner companies, which we're going to see. It took me all this research to get to connecting them to the Nazis. Possibly. It seems like they may have been connected to Nazis, but this is a harder company to connect. There's some companies with deeper roots, but then some companies, it's harder to connect them. These satanic people. But it does seem like they may have been some connections to the Nazis and probably the Freemasons. Opinion speculation, but let's just see what you think. Yeah, it was hard to find information on these people, Procter and Gamble. I looked into them. It's a little harder to find information. But Bayer Aspirin aspirin, I've already proven in my other videos that they are connected to Nazis. Bayer aspirin, IG Farben, it's well known. Which we're going to see something about that. The connection to IG Farben and Dawn. Bayer aspirin started as a synthetic dye company. So Dawn has synthetic dyes in it. I'm just telling you, like, the ingredients most likely connect back. See, Bayer, so Dawn, the ingredients, the dyes in certain ingredients, but Dawn has the blue dye. Bayer aspirin was originally founded as a synthetic dye company in 1863 before expanding into pharmaceuticals, including the development of aspirin in 1897. The company shifted its focus to creating new medicines, leveraging its expertise in organic chemistry. United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, because I told you in different videos, I did go deeper and show that they are connected to the Nazis. The Nazis, sorry, my cat just sneezed. The Nazis, they have connections to the Nazis. And now if we connect Dawn dish soap back to these people, which is Bayer aspirin, was IG Farben, and we're going to see there is possibly connections. I just knew it, but some of the companies, I'll admit, are harder to find the roots, but they are. Some of them are easier, like Bayer aspirin, it's more well known. Dawn dish soap, I just knew. Just like based off of who they are and the ingredients and stuff, I was like, yeah, they gotta be satanic. Let's see if they talk about IG Farben. Yeah, that looks like something you need. I'll stick to natural salicylic acid, like in lemon seeds. If you do natural health, you don't need aspirin. I have not taken aspirin in a long time. Even before I did natural health, I was always resistant to aspirin. Oh, see down here. Building on the knowledge of salicylic acid derived from willow bark, which has been used for its pain-relieving properties for centuries. Yeah, I told you guys. They take natural health, which is legit science, and then they corrupt it in their pharmakiea sorcerer alchemy laboratories, where they're doing the chimeric fusion, because they think we're animals below them, these satanic people. And chimeric, animal, and human DNA. I talked about this in my videos on Rumble so far, and maybe one day on YouTube. It's just, I have to be careful with what I post on YouTube, but I'm posting this video because if YouTube has a problem with these historical facts and these facts that I'm going through, and then also I'm telling you it's my opinion, think for yourself, but look at these historical facts. If they have a problem with it and they do anything to me for posting this video, then I have evidence that they are corrupt, because there's no reason this should be a problem for them. I'm just going to have to take time to post it. I'm going to have to bleep all my swear words out. I've heard people swear on YouTube, but just in case, I'm going to bleep all my stuff out, because other people get to swear, and then if I swear, they're probably going to try to use it against me. So I'll do my best to bleep myself out. Bayer aspirin, I just want to show that it's connected to IG Farben, because that's where we start to see the connections with Dawn. See down here? Bayer aspirin became part of IG Farben, a conglomerate of German chemical industries that formed the financial heart of the Nazi regime. So there are connections to Bayer aspirin and IG Farben as well, because we're going to see when I looked into Dawn dish soap, at first it was hard to find the connections, but then you start to see there are some shady connections, because a lot of these people who are satanic, not all of them were over there being Nazis. Some of them were in different countries, and they low key were working with the Nazis, and it was more low key, so it's harder to prove their connections. I hope you know what I mean. So anyways, I start looking into these people. I start looking into Procter & Gamble. They own a bunch of other, like, I have my own toothpaste recipe for you guys for a reason. I talk about dental health. All this stuff to me is poison. They have all these poisonous products that these are all the things that you need to replace with natural versions, because we're going to starve these pathogens. These pathogens, to me, they're Nazis and satanic people. We're going to starve these motherfuckers, you know? And we're going to switch and support good ones. Even though Dr. Bronner has some quotes from rabbis, I'm not going to hate all Jewish people. No. There's corrupt Jewish people, there's corrupt Christians, corrupt all of the different religions, but there's also good ones in every religion. And I trust Dr. Bronner's. I think that they switched up their ingredients just a little bit, and it was just because they don't understand, I think, or they're being tricked by someone, or it's because of the pressure put on them by the satanic people and the cheap slave labor poison products. They have to compete, and then they think limonene is acceptable. So limonene, it's a major component in the fragrance and essential oil of citrus fruit peels. I kept saying in the video, I think it's from lime. Guys, you need to, Dr. Bronner's family, you need to take limonene out. All the things that you're doing, they have a couple ingredients like this, like a lavender one, too. Take the limonene out, take the weird kind of altered out, and put in lime essential oil. It's not that expensive. And if you have to raise the price a little bit, but you improve the quality, we will understand and we will see it. Someone like me, I'll look at that. I'll see the ingredients. I'll see the price increase. Or you could put out, if they're nervous that customers aren't going to be like, oh, it's a little bit more expensive. No way. Raise it $1 if you have to, or however much you have to raise it. Even if it's like $2 or whatever the price is, I'll pay it because I want lime essential oil, not this stuff that, like, basically the Nazis, these Nazis, commies, Israelis, whatever you want to call them, satanic people that own the laboratories, they, like I say, they take natural health and they corrupt it, and they're trying to trick Dr. Bronner's family. Yeah, because I'm not into the isolated compounds. It's a molecule, but who knows what they're doing to it and what they have to do to it in a laboratory and what poisons and acids they introduce it to get it like this, It occurs more commonly in nature in citrus fruit peels. Yeah, so just use the essential oils of the citrus. See? It's obtained commercially by two primary methods, centrifugal separation and steam distillation. Because if it's just steam distillation, maybe it's okay. I'm just like, why can't you use lime? Just use lime essential oil. I'm telling you right now, I don't have time to deep dive this, but I can tell you right now, this is not witch approved. We don't like this, but I do use it. I'm still using their soap because I have no choice. I could just switch over to Dr. Woods, but that's not as sudsy, which it still works for washing dishes, but it takes more product, that's all. And Dr. Bronner's would be perfect if they could just take this out and put in lime essential oil, Chemical synthesis. Yeah, I'm not into any chemical synthesis. That usually means they're doing bad stuff to it. Maybe steam distillation can be okay, but just use the essential oils. So it's not the worst ingredient in the world, but it's not as good as lime essential oil. So I just needed to highlight that. But we're going to see. Let's continue to Dawn dish soap because that's much worse. That's why I stick with Dr. Bronner's and Dr. Woods. But I just want to put some pressure on Dr. Bronner's and I'm putting a little pressure on Dr. Woods because they need to go organic. Like, they each have their pros and cons. And also, both of those companies, please do not sell out. I'm going to send this video to them. Please do not sell out. This is your job. When these people come in with their Nazi slave labor money and they offer someone so much money that they can never imagine and they feel like they'll never have to work again, don't take the blood money, the satanic blood money, slave labor money. Don't take it. Do your job. This is God testing you. Source of all that is testing you. Do your job. You're here to serve. It might be tempting to take like $100 million, $1 billion, whatever they offer people. That's enough money. and then you feel like you're never going to have to work again. That's how they sell out. That's how a lot of these organic companies that do good things rise up, and then these Nazis and commies come in, satanic people, whatever you want to call them, because to me they're all the same people. They come in and then they offer so much money from their slave labor. We saw the connections to the Nazis of some of these people. We're going to see more. They offer so much money, and then these organic companies sell out, and then we're under the control of these satanic people more, and they always are going to be lowering the quality, sneaking in poisons. You can't trust them. So in order for us to take back control on Spaceship Earth, do not sell out companies who are doing the right thing. And then us people support the companies. Buy Dr. Bronner's product. Avoid the poisons. Buy Dr. Wood's, and then all the other products we're going to talk about in this video. Buy the good ones and starve the pathogens. This, to me, is the pathogen here. My opinion, speculation, but let's keep going. So I looked into it. I saw how they married William Proctor, and then the other guy, James Gamble. Look, do you trust? Maybe I'm being judgmental. I feel like they just have the look of the satanics in them. And I don't care if they're Irish American or from England, because we know the satanic people were there too. But I focus a lot on the German satanic people because there's heavy roots going down in Germany. But they also infiltrated every other country. So it's like, these people, I knew that they were connected, and we'll see. I looked into them. It's hard to find information on their family lines. But they were friends with some of the people. This is William Hooper, American founding father. We know they were sketchy. They try to make us think that the founding fathers were not sketchy. I ain't trust them. Personally, I ain't trust any of them. Anyways, they have their stories, and there's nothing too sketchy about their stories. I could do a deep dive and try to see. Like, I tried to see Alexander Norris, their father-in-laws. They both met because they married this guy, Alexander Norris's daughters. And then Alexander Norris was like, get into business together. So I have a feeling if I deep dive these people, or if I somehow found deeper roots, like they must have joined the Satanic Freemasons at some point, it seems to me. That's my opinion, speculation, because I couldn't totally prove it. But as we keep going, I'm looking into them, and I'm like, that's when I'm not going to go too far there. So then I start to say to myself, I'm like, all right, Procter & Gamble connections to Nazis, just to see what was out there. And it says Procter & Gamble has faced scrutiny for its historical connections to Nazi Germany, particularly regarding its business practices during World War II. Because when I was looking into them, I did see that guy that got them into business, all of a sudden they get contracts from the war too, and that's part of how they made all their money. And we know that these satanic people, they all profit from these wars. The wars benefit them in so many ways, because they get us all fighting each other, turn us all against each other, get us killing each other, and then they sell their poisons, get all the soldiers poisoned, get all the people poisoned. You know what I mean? And then they get the war contracts. When I was reading deeper, see, it secured a contract to supply soap for the Union Army. They got war contracts too. And then I think there was even something, we're going to see there. It seems like there may have been connections to Nazi Germany after all, but it's harder to prove. But people have said there's historical connections to Nazi Germany, its business practices during World War II, because low-key, these Nazis were infiltrating all the countries. During these wars, the Nazis were already over here, and then after the wars, we know about Operation Paperclip. I talked about that in my videos, where extra Nazis came over and everywhere else and infiltrated the countries even more. But they already were. So, however, the company publicly distanced itself from any far-right ideologies and has taken steps to address any inadvertent associations, such as when it mistakenly used neo-Nazi codes on product packaging in 2014. Sure, They are Nazis in my opinion. So they thought they could get away with it. They said, "Oh, enough time went by. These idiots forgot that we're Nazis. Let's put our little code out there because we think we can get away with it." And they like to put it out in front of our faces and rub it in our face because they think we're dumb. But people noticed, and then they faced backlash, and they were like, "Oh, it was an accident." Just like when all these Nazi companies, satanic, whatever you want to call them. You know how like some of these toy companies have put numbers on the kids' toys, and then you call the number and it's like, okay, I'll probably have to bleep that word out on YouTube, even though I tell them my videos are not for kids. So yeah, the fact that you're gonna see, let's go over to that now. So Procter & Gamble pulls detergent from German stores over unintentional neo-Nazi code. Sure, it was unintentional. Sure. And this is the code. So it says Arial 18, which I wonder if the word Arial is connected in any way to the Nazis or to the satanic people. But 18 apparently is. I don't know why, but they say, we'll see what they say. But look at that. That's the Nazi code right here. It's like a swastika, kinda. Obviously, they're not going to come out and put a classic Nazi swastika on the bottle because they're not that in your face. But they thought they could get away with this because they like to put it out there to each other. They put it out there to each other, and they put it out there because they want to rub it in our faces. They thought they could get away with it, but then they faced backlash. Okay, so we are about to see the Nazi code. So now what I'm understanding is that the Nazi code was actually the numbers 18 and 88. We're going to see that in a second. But then I was like, no, there's something weird about this symbol. Because I was like, it's the representation of a swastika. And then I look into swastika. There are lots of variations of the swastika, and some kind of remind me of this. But then I was like, no. It actually reminds me of the Star of David, which now it's even more interesting because I've been telling people I think the Nazis and the Israelis are the same people. I think they split up. I think the Israelis had a plan the whole time. That's why it's written in the Bible, all this stuff. And then they started the Nazis knowing that they were going to say that they killed a bunch of Jewish people. I think I can't explain everything. I just think we're lied to about the narrative. And I think the Zionists, the satanic Zionists, I think that they were the Nazis and then they split up. And I have information to back this up. I'm not saying I can prove it 100% right now, but I've seen a lot. And I have more videos, more contents that I have put out there on Rumble. And I'll see if I can put it on YouTube or not. I don't know. But I have lots of information that makes me think this. So I just wanted to point that out. What it looks like is the Star of David. And then when I look it up, it says it's a 6-pointed star made of 2 interlocking triangles. Now this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 points, and there are interlocking things going on. And they want you to think it's just some weird symbol they came up with that has nothing to do with anything weird. But when we're looking into these people, my witch senses are personally tingling that this might be representative of the Star of David. And then the fact that they put the Nazi code on the package, which we're about to read about, it makes me think even more that they are the same people and they were putting out the signs because they like to do that. So I just want to point that out because I said it looks like a swastika, which it kind of does to me. But it also looks like the Star of David, but I think they're both the same people anyways, which is a long story why I think that. But historical swastika, like variations, I wanted to show you. Like, so this aerial thing, you see how down here they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so there's more here though. It just kind of does have a resemblance, but then there's the one up here that's kind of swirly. So I feel like they could come up with variations. And who knows about the star? Okay, down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who knows? It's just giving. First of all, it was giving kind of swastika to me, but then I realized, no, it's giving Star of David. But then when you think about it, I think they're both the same people anyways. But they want to trick us and make us think that they're different people. That's what I think is going on. But you can see there's like a bunch of different varieties of swastikas going on. Like there's not just one kind. So to me, it's just giving symbolism, like weird symbolism. But they want you to think it's something different. Like they want you to think it's innocent. But then the fact that they put the Nazi code on, which we're about to see. Yeah, it's definitely giving Star of David. And then, yeah, with the Nazi code as well. I really think they're all the same satanic people. So I just want to put that in there too. The hexagram. So we're not going to think too much about that, but I still think it's sketchy. I do. And to me, it just seems, it's definitely one of those weird symbols. Think what you want about that, but let's go back to the Nazi code, which makes sense. I get what they're saying now. Because they couldn't put their little signs out there, they used numbers or other types of codes. And yeah, there's reason. I wish I could tell you all the information of why I think the Zionists and the Nazis are the same people, but just putting that out because I wanted to correct that. Because I thought they were saying, oh yeah, this is a swastika. But that's not what they're saying. Even though to me, it's definitely different, the Star of David and the swastika. But I don't know, it's just giving weirdness. And the fact that, like, why would they have something resembling the Star of David and then also do the Nazi code? To me, it's kind of backing up what I've been saying, that I think they're the same freaking people. I don't know. Let's see. I think that. Comparisons between Israel and Nazi Germany. Okay, I'm not the only one comparing them, both Jewish and not, since before the establishment of Israel. Now, I am not denying the Holocaust. I think the Holocaust happened. I think the Zionists did it, and then they used that as a cover. Nazi-Jewish collaboration claims that the Zionist leadership or the Zionist movement as a whole collaborated with the Nazis, can be split into those which suggest they did so cynically to hasten the establishment of the Jewish state. I believe that, especially when you get into Merck, like Merck and Israel. I put this in different videos. Merck has been, I put this in different videos and I explained it better. See, this is why I already clicked on it. Because they say, like, we have deep roots. We get along so well. But just like Bayer aspirin, like I showed you, Merck are known Nazis. They also were Nazis just like Bayer aspirin. And I put this in different videos. Israel Innovation makes up half of Merck Healthcare. Our collaboration has deep roots. As the German pharma and chemical giant explains. Yeah, Merck Nazis. Israel Innovation working with German pharmaceutical chemicals firm Merck. They make a lot of money together. They're making lots of money. This says that's just one little thing, 1.7 billion euros. Oh, I can't. There's so much connections to Israel and the pharmaceutical companies, and then so much connections to Nazis and the pharmaceutical companies. It's not even funny. That's why I know in my heart they're the same people. The Merck family is a German noble family. Anyone who thinks they're noble, red flag from me. Merck, like many companies during World War II, was involved in the war effort and employed forced labor. The company faced scrutiny for its actions during this period, including the use of slave labor and production of war-related products. Yes, they were Nazis. Merck family. Down here, during the Nazi era, the family maintained a close relationship with the Nazi party. Yeah, so close that they were allowed to use slave labor. Like, I won't go any deeper into it, but I'm showing you there are connections. Nazi billionaires down here. Talking about the Merc people. There's definitely connections, you can see. I went deeper in different videos, but the fact that we're seeing that they're talking about them being active in Israel, they admitted, yo, we have deep roots, blah, blah, blah. Israel Innovation, Kai Beckman, CEOs of Performance Materials at Merck, says our collaboration has deep roots. Israel and Merck are admitting they have deep roots. So that's why I just wanted to point that out. Because I noticed, I was like, there's something weird. So that's the Star of David. And they're doing the Nazi codes. Now let's go read about that. Oh, God. All these are all satanic people. And let's read about it down here. An Ariel liquid detergent bottle with an 18 on it sits in Berlin, Germany, Friday, May 9th, 2014. Detergent manufacturer Procter & Gamble has kicked up a froth in Germany after unintentionally placing a neo-Nazi code on promotional packages for Ariel washing powder. The use of Nazi slogans in public is banned in Germany, which I'm glad that as soon as they put this out there, people were noticed and were like, oh, yo, like what? Which neo-Nazis often try to circumvent by using codes. Like they try to get away with it by putting out different codes. 18 stands for Adolf Hitler. That's what they say. I don't know why, but that's what they're saying. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Outraged shoppers have posted pictures online of Ariel boxes featuring a large number 88, which apparently that might be part of the code too. I don't know why. On a white soccer jersey. Or 8, so apparently 18 and possibly 88. See? The use of Nazi slogans in public is banned in Germany. They try to circumvent it using codes. They use 88 to represent the phrase Hail Hitler because H is the 8th letter of the alphabet. Oh my God, that is so what these satanic people do. Oh yeah. Similarly, 18 is used to stand for Adolf Hitler or Adolf Hitler. Because A is the first, okay, so A is the first in the alphabet. So 18. Oh my God. Yeah, because these satanic people, they do use all sorts of weird codes and symbolism and yeah. And sometimes it's harder to prove things and sometimes it's more in your face and easier. Dawn dish soap was a little bit harder to prove. That's why I had to go through all these tabs until I found some connections. Enough connections. Like I found this right away and I thought it was weird right away, but they say it's accidental. Yeah, right. So I wanted to find more and I did find a little bit more and it's enough for me. I'm not going to super deep dive it because I could try to super deep dive all these people. The offending powder. Yeah, it was offending. I'm offended. But I'm happy these dumbasses thought they could do that. They think they're so smart. Okay, sorry about my tea heating up in the background. I'm sorry, but I just need my tea. But you can still hear me. So, where did we leave off? Okay, so there seems to be some kind of historical connections to Nazi Germany with Procter & Gamble, besides the fact that they have blue dyes, which connects to, we saw Bayer aspirin. Who knows where they're getting the dye from nowadays? The dyes from nowadays. I'm just showing you that these are connections. However, the company has publicly distanced themselves, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, detergents, which are soaps and also cleaning your laundry. I'm just sharing a few in this video to start you guys out, and we'll get into more as we go. Personal care items, yeah, that's why we have to make sure we are using non-poison items because these satanic people are trying to poison us through these and kill our microbiomes, and they're trying to make it look all good when you look into it. I looked into it on Search Assist and they're like, oh, it's biodegradable, it's fine. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not witch approved, I'll tell you that. Business connections. It says on Search Assist, while there is no direct evidence linking Procter & Gamble to Nazi activities during World War II, the company has been involved in various controversies over the years, and they're also using products from these. Like, they're using the fake dyes and the chemical products that I know are rooted back to the Nazi Germany, in my opinion, speculation. The historical context of many businesses during that era often includes complex relationships with the Nazi regime, particularly in terms of supply chains and labor practices. That's why some of these businesses, like there were businesses in the United States that were low-key maybe working with the Nazis, because like I was saying, the Nazis already were infiltrating America. So low-key there were some Nazis here. But they weren't calling themselves Nazis, obviously. They were just infiltrating our country and getting into the businesses, getting into politics. I think from the very beginning, the satanic people were here, signing the Declaration of Independence. And they're all the same people. It's just for whatever reason, when they did the Nazi stuff, that was like their home base. And it was like all a plan. It's hard to explain. And then they split up. The Nazis split up. They were Nazis, and then some of them became Israelis, and they were all the same people, in my opinion, speculation, but I have evidence. Some videos I put out there, some I still have to make. That's why I need to get support so I can put more of this info out there. I really think nobody does it better. They love the way that I put vids together. That I find. Because you know I'm good at researching, and it's hard. They try to make it hard to find. Conclusion. Procter & Gamble's connection to Nazi symbolism was unintentional and led to immediate corrective actions. Yeah, I think it was intentional. They thought they could get away with it. And yeah, they immediately tried to correct it when they got called out and realized people are not as dumb as they think. And they try to distance themselves. But I think that they are part of them, and they've always been involved, but just lower key. And then they got a little bold here, where they always have been low-key Nazis, but then they got a little bold, and they did this, and then it backfired on them. And then as I kept looking into things, right here, I did a search. I did a couple searches. Then I did a different connections to Nazis. And then I said, did they supply Nazis? To see what else we could find. Procter & Gamble was not directly involved in supplying the Nazis, but there were historical connections between some of its executives and the companies that had dealings with Nazi interests. So there were some complex relationships that I believe, and a lot of other people believe, connect them back to these satanic Nazis. The company has distanced itself from any far-right ideology and has publicly expressed regret for any associations that may arise from its past. So they're kind of letting you know, yeah, if you figure us out and you figure out that we're connected, sorry. Like, okay. Procter & Gamble's historical context. Allegations of collaboration. See, it's not just me that knew it. It's out there for a reason. Procter & Gamble has faced scrutiny regarding its historical ties to Nazi Germany, particularly through its association with Standard Oil and IG Farben, which that's why I showed you Bayer Aspirin was our IG Farben. They're the same. Standard Oil, I believe, is the Rockefellers, right? Let's just see, just in case. It was Rockefeller or one of these. Yep. Standard Oil was an American oil company founded in 1870 by John D. Rockefeller. So American Oil Company, I know that these people were candle makers too, Procter & Gamble. They were doing candle making, and they used pig fat sometimes. But then also, I'm thinking John D. Rockefeller probably approached them like, hey, you want to use some of my nasty petroleum poison in your candles? And somehow along the way, these people, they either were satanic to begin with, because we saw the connections to the people who signed the Declaration of Independence. So they're higher up there. So to me, I'm thinking they were satanic to begin with. But either way, so they were either satanic to begin with, and then John D. Rockefeller approached them at some point, Or when he approached them, he turned them into the satanic people. I think they were probably satanic all along, but it's just harder to prove with these people because you can't, not all of them have the history out there. I'm suspecting they were satanic from the beginning. Like, my witch senses are tingling, but it's just opinion speculation for now. So yeah, so the executives in the company of Procter & Gamble, low-key, seem to maybe have been involved with Standard Oil, which if I looked into Standard Oil, if I looked into John D. Rockefeller, I almost guarantee you that he was involved with the Nazis. I can't say right now. I forgot because I've been researching it for so long. I'm like, I can't remember if I looked into him or not. But you know he's satanic. That's my opinion speculation. I think John D. Rockefeller is one of the satanic people. If he's satanic, that means he's in with the Nazis because the Nazis were satanic too. And they come up with many different names. That's why it gets confusing. And that's why I'm using all these different names. And people might be like, wow, Brittany, look at you using all these different names. Oh, you're crazy. No, it's because the satanic people, it's like the Harry Potter and the 7 Horcruxes. They have a bunch of different names. They split up into a bunch of different groups because it helps trick people. And then if they get caught in one place, they're still in all these other places. Harry Potter and the 7 Horcruxes, in order to kill him, you needed to kill all 7 spots that he had his soul hidden in on the earth. That's the same thing that I'm seeing here. And I even, I can't put all this stuff in, but I saw something on X, and I shared it on X, where they admit, we're going to create a bunch of different fronts, a bunch of different groups to confuse you. And we're all going to be working together against you. It's like I've been saying. Anyways, Procter & Gamble seems to be associated with Standard Oil and IG Farben, and we know IG Farben are Nazis. During World War II, Standard Oil had business dealings with IG Farben. Okay, so Standard Oil and IG Farben definitely were doing it. I'm just kidding. They were all up in each other's business. And then the fact that now Standard Oil is associated with Procter & Gamble connects them all, but it's more low-key. A major chemical conglomerate that collaborated with the Nazi regime, IG Farben. This relationship raised concerns about the extent of American companies' involvement with Nazi interests. Yeah, I believe they were here infiltrating low-key. They're obviously not going to come out and be like, yo, we be Nazis and we be infiltrating your countries and your businesses. Like, you know, they're obviously not going to say that. We be getting politicians all up in your government and all these businesses, these big businesses. Yeah, they're all with us. They're not going to tell you. Current stance. Procter & Gamble publicly distanced itself. Yeah, we get that you're pretending like you're not. We know. They say that they have commitment to ethical practices. Okay. Well, you're poisoning the earth, so I'm calling bullshit on that. Conclusion. While there are historical connections through corporate partnerships, Procter & Gamble itself has not been directly accused of supplying the Nazis. Funny how they're like saying it in a way where they're like, they're not saying Procter & Gamble, we're not Nazis, we're not in with them. You know how they're kind of saying it in a weird way? Okay, so for now, Procter & Gamble itself have not been directly accused of supplying the Nazis, but there's weird associations going on, and my witch senses are tingling. You look at the ingredients these people are using too, they're not here to do any type of good, okay? They seem like they're here to poison you and get you on the pharmakiea and keep your mind and your third eye shut down and poisoned and stuff. And then they make you sick, and then you get on the pharmakiea, and it does more to you. The pharmakiea, we know what that is. Mind control, sorcery through drugs. And we saw Bayer aspirin. They started as dyes, got into pharmaceuticals. Come on. The focus has primarily been on its associations with other companies involved in the war effort. So yeah, basically, they were not coming out working directly with the Nazis, but low-key, it seems like they may have been. And then I just look at their ingredients and I'm just like, okay, you want to pretend you're not Nazis? Okay. So whatever you want to think, guys, if you want to trust these people, let's take a look at their ingredients. They say it's biodegradable. I disagree. I don't think that their products are truly biodegradable. They're not as biodegradable as quickly as true Castile soap, Dr. Bronner's type stuff. So we can look. Ingredient in Dawn dish soap. Alcohol denature or something. So that alcohol, a lot of alcohol is fermented from grains like wheat or corn or like something like that. I'm suspecting it's probably GMO alcohol or some kind. A lot of alcohol is like not even fermented from grains and it's like some kind of petroleum. So whatever this alcohol is, in my opinion, I don't like that they're using it, and it's probably something GMO or poisonous. It's not going to be organic alcohol. Right here, C1016 alkylmildimethylamine oxide. Yeah, no, we don't need that. I can tell you right now, that's a poison. Oops. That's a poison. That's not witch approved. You see the ingredients with the Castile soap, they're really natural ingredients like oils and essential oils. Colorants, which is a dye. So colorants adds color to the product. It's a dye. That's horrible. We don't need that absorbing into our body and disrupting our microbiome, and we don't need it in the environment doing the same. Fragrances. Synthetic. They're going to be synthetic fragrances. It's not going to be essential oil. Fragrances are very bad. It's not witch approved. Now down here, I can't even say it. Methylisylthiazanine. Shut up. I can't say it, but it's a preservative, and it's clearly synthetic. It's not a natural preservative. Clearly, based off that name, you can see it's synthetic. Preservative, that means it's going to kill the beneficial microbiome too. Down here, we have PEI 14, PEG 24/PPG 16 copolymer. Yeah, no, we don't need that. That's not witch approved. Definitely a chemical. Phenoxyethanol, some kind of alcohol that you don't need. It's not witch approved, okay? It's a chemical. Look at these ingredients compared to the Castile soap. PPG 26, clearly a chemical again. Sodium chloride, that's salt, but who knows what kind of salt it is. But it's not the worst ingredients ever. Sodium hydroxide. I don't really love it. I haven't looked into it fully, and I don't know if I have time to do a full deep dive on it, but okay. Sodium hydroxide, also known as lye or caustic soda, is a highly corrosive chemical compound used in various industries, including soap making, water treatment, and cleaning products. We don't need it in water treatment. We don't need it in our soap. We don't need it in our cleaning products. I can tell you, it's a white solid, highly soluble in water, can cause severe chemical burns. Great. I can tell you right now, I knew it was not witch approved. It's synthetic. It's got to be synthetic. Anything synthetic is not witch approved. We only do natural here. Is it synthetic? Sodium hydroxide is not found naturally. It is a synthetic compound produced through chemical processes, primarily by the electrolysis of sodium chloride table salt. So they take natural things and they do their weird alchemy in a laboratory and mess it all up and create poison. Their pharmakiea sorcery. Okay, this is what I'm saying. I can't do a deep dive on every ingredient in this soap because it's going to add way too much to the video. But guys, who do you trust more? And based off of all my other videos, if you're on YouTube, you might not have a lot of videos to work off of. But once you get to know me, and you're going to see, when I look into things, I'm right. Can you see that I'm right or no? If you think I'm wrong, let me know. I'm telling you right now, you guys got to trust. Well, you don't have to trust me, but I'm telling you, my senses are tingling for all these ingredients. They're all straight poison. Even their alcohol is different. Let me look in that one ingredient that I don't like that we're going to get into, because Dr. Bronner's, I want them to take this out. Oops, benzyl alcohol. I do want them to take it out. Aromatic alcohol, known for its mild, pleasant odor, low toxicity. No, if you need alcohol, the only kind that's allowed is organic alcohol. Okay? Organic alcohol is not bad. And antibacterial properties, I don't like that unless it's natural. So benzyl alcohol, is it synthetic? Benzyl alcohol can be both synthetic and natural. It's commonly produced synthetically from toluene or benzyl chloride, but also occurs naturally in many plants and essential oils. So who knows what kind they're using? That's why I know Dr. Bronner's, I overall trust them, but I can see some spots where they can improve. They could take this out. I don't think it's necessary. And if it is necessary for some reason, make sure it's naturally occurring from plants. And they really need to take out like the limonene. And then there's one other ingredient, lavandine or something. Let me look into it and see if I spelled it right. I have the ingredient if I need to go look at it. Lavandin. Is it natural? It's just, I think they're using some of these. See, lavender versus lavandin, what's the difference? A natural hybrid plant. Okay, so maybe that's not the worst. I just want to put a message to Dr. Bronner. If you are, we already saw that the limonene seems to be a little bit altered. It's not the better product that Emmanuel Bronner would want is lime essential oil or any kind of citrus essential oil. Let me go look at the product. Oh, I have it right here on my phone. And I had it on the computer too. But I just want to quickly see what it was called. Oh, lavandin extract. Lavandin. Okay. So I'm a little bit annoyed at their benzyl alcohol, but it could be natural. And then the limonene, I really don't like the limonene, but this actually is a plant. It's a hybrid plant, so I don't mind that. Okay, Dr. Bronner, I'm sorry. See, that's why I looked into it, but here, that's the thing. I'm very critical. I told you I'm very strict, and I will give everyone shit who needs to be given shit. Even people who I like. I don't like Dawn dish soap, so they're getting lots of shit from me. Dr. Bronner, I will look into them and push them to the limit too. Like I'll send them this video and I push people to the very limits to become the best version you can. So this is okay with me. The limonene seems to not be. Limonene, is it natural? It's probably going to say the same thing it can be. Oh, yes, it's a natural compound found in the peels citrus fruit. Okay, so I can't be too mad at Dr. Bronner's, but I still think there must be something that they're doing to it to alter it a little bit or to isolate the compound. And I still think pulling out that and putting in lime essential oil would be better. But at the very least, at least it's a natural compound. That's why in my heart I knew I can trust Dr. Bronner's. I just have a little bit of questions for them. And then their citric acid is the last thing. Because we know citric acid is natural. Citric acid is natural, but we know it can be GMO. I already know the answer to this. It can be natural or it can be GMO. Yes, it's natural. Citrus fruits also produced synthetically. So synthetically, it's produced from a GMO black mold. So they don't specify, and the fact that they specify everything else is organic and then they're not saying that the citric acid is organic makes me wonder what kind they're using, Dr. Bronner's. Hopefully they're not using the synthetic. If they are, they need to make sure they're switching back over to the regular citric acid. And I'm just like, if citric acid is in the citrus fruits, I'm not sure if it's in the peel or inside of it. But if it's in the peel, just use the lime essential oil. Isn't that the same thing? Whatever. They're doing a decent job, though. I'm just pushing them to the limits to improve. Like anything they can improve, if you could make sure that the citric acid you're using isn't GMO black mold, and then I'll be happy, okay? And the limonene, I really would like it better if it was just lime essential oil, but maybe there's a reason they have to do that. I don't know if they're just trying to save money with that or what. Anyways, Dr. Bronner, they're not that bad. We're looking into the ingredients and we're seeing a clear difference between the Dawn dish soap and Dr. Bronner. Like, Dr. Bronner is superior. That's why I'm continuing to support them, and I will wash my dishes with them. And I would wash my body. I have used them in the past to wash my body, and I still do. When I traveled with that Castile soap, the little bottle, I was using that for body wash, for hand wash, and everything. Anything I needed it for, that's what I was using it for. But I just needed a small one to put in like my purse or some shit. And then there's a bunch of different sizes. And when I was in the hospital saving my grandfather from the hospital, I had an even bigger one that I brought with me, and we used it on him. He had to get sponge bath by my grandma. I told her use Dr. Bronner because it had lavender in it, and it's all natural. Instead of they gave her some nasty, disgusting chemicals to clean him with. I was like, no, clean him with Castile soap. God. And the fact that it's made with oils, the Castile soap, in the Bible, I'm not saying I believe in the Bible, but in the Bible, you know how they talk about anointing yourself with oils? Okay, it's definitely healing to use Castile soap. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wash my hands with it. I wash my dishes with it. I wash my body with it. And I'm about to start washing my clothes with it, just because I had this other clothes washing stuff I was using, and there's just one ingredient I don't like. So I feel like I just need Castile soap, and it's going to make me a lot happier. And I'm going to use Dr. Woods because of the fact that it doesn't clog pumps. You know, I don't want to risk clogging it. I think if I might experiment and use the Dr. Bronner's, but when I use Dr. Bronner's, I will not be putting it in the little container where it has to go through tubes. I'm mostly going to use Dr. Woods to wash my laundry, I believe. And maybe I'll do like a splash of the Dr. Bronner's like down in with my clothes. You know what I mean? I hope, if you don't know what I mean, I'll teach it eventually. I'm going to experiment with it first. And then when I hand wash clothes, oh yeah, I'm totally using Dr. Bronner's or Dr. Woods, either one. Anyways, so sodium hydroxide, we just looked into it. It is a poison. Sodium lauryl sulfate. It's a poison, I'm telling you. I'm not going to look into it because I don't want to make this video too long. Sodium lauryl sulfate. Laureth and laurel, whatever. They're both poisons. Water, okay, it's probably the shittiest water ever. It's not good water. And then I just love how down here it says, also may contain C911 parath8. Gently aids soil remover. Yeah, gently my ass. It's a total poison. And it kind of reminds me of C19. I'm just saying. It's not the exact thing, but I don't know. It kind of stuck out to me that it's similar. Now, I just want to look into a couple of those. I said I wasn't going to look it up, but what I want to talk about is so Dr. Bronner's needs to not produce Sal Suds. I do not like Sal Suds. It's not biodegradable because it's using synthetic stuff. Sodium lauryl sulfate. Since that's the same thing in Dawn dish soap, that's embarrassing for them. Sodium lauryl or laureth? Which one are they using? Sodium lauryl sulfate. Sodium lauryl sulfate. So let's just look at that one. I do not like it. I don't buy Sal Suds. for this reason, and because I'm afraid they're using GMO oils to make it instead of the other oils that they're using in most of their soap. Yeah, their regular Castile soap creates enough lather for me. I don't need this poison. And I'm sure there's a natural way to create more lather. It probably just costs more money. Is it natural? Sodium lauryl sulfate can be derived from natural sources such as coconut oil and palm kernel oil, but it's also produced synthetically. So Dawn dish soap, they're definitely going to be using the synthetic version. In my opinion, that's most likely what they're using. It's so cheap. Maybe Dr. Bronner is using the natural, but I just don't like it. And it's altered. It's clearly way more altered from the natural. Like, just use the coconut oil and palm kernel oil and make it into Castile soap. That's the most natural way to do it. But they're doing something else to it in a laboratory, and that's why I can't trust it. And I don't buy it. And I'm not going to be linking it below. I'm not going to be linking the Amazon link for this because I don't like it, and I think you should use just the regular Castile soap that they sell. This process involves converting lauric acid from these oils into lauryl alcohol, which is then sulfated to produce SLS. Yeah, that's just too much. You're doing too much to alter it.
We don't do all that here. You can go, sir.
Synthetic sources. SLS can be produced from petroleum-based materials. Like I told you, that's probably what Dawn dish soap is using. And like I told you, the connection back to the Rockefeller's oil company, I told you he probably approached him because they're candle makers and soap makers. And he was like, hey, let's get some of my petroleum poison all up in your candles and all up in your soaps. And then sell it to the military and get you some military contracts if you do it. You know, that's what I think happened. So Sal Suds, sodium sulfate. Now I have to look into that because I don't like it. I do not like Sal Suds, and I don't buy it. Is it natural? Okay, so it can be natural. I still just don't like it, though. And it can also be produced synthetically. And even if it is natural, like we saw, they do weird stuff to it in a laboratory, which to me, they're probably covering up that it's not as natural as they want you to think. And it doesn't biodegrade as swiftly, I'm sure, as the oils. I just don't like the ingredients overall. When you're reading it, you can tell. The ingredients in Sal Suds: water, sodium lauryl sulfate, cocoa betaine, diesel glucoside. Yeah, no. This is okay. Abies siberica, that's just the scientific name for Siberian fir needle oil, like a pine tree oil. Picea glauca, okay, that's fine. Spruce leaf oil, totally fine. Citric acid might be okay if it's non-GMO. Sodium sulfate, which we just looked into, it could be natural, it could be synthetic. And I just don't like it. Like, why do you need that? Sodium chloride, that's just salt, it's okay. Potassium hydroxide, that is the ingredient that they need to use to make their soap that they say is out of the soap at the end of the process. Potassium hydroxide can occur naturally through the leaching process from wood ashes. So hopefully that's where they're getting it from for Dr. Bronner's. But it's primarily produced synthetically for industrial use. I am hoping and praying and putting it out there to Dr. Bronner's. I'm hoping you're getting it through the natural way. I really trust that company, so I'm thinking they're probably getting it through the natural way. But if not, they need to try their best to go back to the natural way. Don't cheap out. Dr. Bronner Emanuel would be rolling over his grave if you use the synthetic satanic people's version. The satanic people always have to do that. We have perfectly ways to do it naturally, and the satanic people have to come in and do it synthetically because they want to kill us. It's commonly referred to as caustic potash. Potash is also involved with making natural organic fertilizers for gardening, which I've made a video about in the past. And I dug into that and I approved it, and it was from wood ashes too. So that's fine. So potassium hydroxide, if it's natural, I don't have a problem with it, but it's good to know that it's out of the soap regardless by the end of the process. They say there's none left in the Castile soap. Yeah, see, including soap manufacturing. So interesting. So overall, Sal Suds is not the most poisonous thing out there, but I just don't, I don't know. I don't love it. I don't love it, so I'm not going to be linking it below. Because there's also, like, I just don't love it. I like the other Castile soap, and I feel like it's better for the world. Decyl glucoside. See what that looked like? Yeah, I just feel like that's not necessary. I'd rather not. Decyl glucoside is a natural plant-derived surfactant made from glucose obtained from corn. There we go. I knew there was probably some GMOs, but maybe they use it from the coconuts, and that's not GMO. It's biodegradable, considered safe, but there's just something about it where you can tell it's obviously something's done to it in a laboratory. So I am not a fan of the Sal Suds. I just clean my dishes with regular old Castile soap, the one that I've been showing you in the video and that I will continue to show you. Like, I don't think it's much better than the Castile soap that I showed you. It gets a little more sudsy. I suggest trying and seeing what you think from the regular Castile soap, because it's good enough for me. I love it. It's fine for washing my dishes, and I'd rather have that left over on my dishes and eat a little bit of that low-key than this. They say it's a better grease cutter. I feel like regular Castile soap does a great job. Really, this is the one that I hate. You need to avoid, in my opinion, I'm avoiding, and I think everyone, if you're trying to do natural health, you need to avoid this. Look at these ingredients compared to the Castile soaps. They are poisonous. And you know they're not using, there is one ingredient here or a couple ingredients that could be natural, or they could be a little bit better. You know they're using the petroleum-based one, especially with the connections back to the standard oil. You know what I mean? And that's why it's so cheap too. And yeah, I don't care that they say that they rescue birds. Guess what? The Castile soap people could rescue birds too, and it would be even better. Okay? I know it. If I looked into all these ingredients, we'd probably shit our pants. I'm just kidding. I'm like, should I look into all these ingredients? Is that annoying? I guess I'm just going to do it just to show you guys, like, that it is really poisonous, because I like to, like, show people. Hazmap. Interesting. It's a chemical compound. It doesn't, I don't think it's natural. Let's see. Safety and environmental impact. Classified as a skin irritant. Oh, that's good. Wash your dishes and stuff with it with your hands. They say it's generally considered safe with no significant evidence of carcinogenicity, you know, causing cancer. Carcinogenous, whatever. I can't even say the word right now because I'm talking too much. But you know what I'm saying. They say it's biodegradable. I disagree. You're not going to do that to these compounds and alter them in a laboratory and then put them back in the environment. And it's not going to be biodegradable for real. I mean, technically, even plastic is biodegradable after hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and you need the right microorganisms. There are microorganisms that can technically biodegrade plastic, but it takes hundreds and hundreds of years. And then you're also disrupting the natural microbiome, because the types of microorganisms that will come in and feed off of this and biodegrade it are going to be different from what's naturally occurring, because this is not naturally occurring. You know they're lying, because they're like biodegradable, but care should be taken to minimize environmental exposure. So it's not biodegradable. You're lying. And that's why we're not going to buy this. And like, look at those ingredients. I can't go through all of them. I should just look into that one because I can tell that one's going to be super poisonous. Is it natural? Biocidal active. That means biocidal active substances. That means it kills the microbiome, like I said. So, yep, this is a synthetic chemical compound. Yeah, it's not derived from natural sources. Yeah, F that. It's probably from petroleum too, if we looked into it. Okay, so it's not derived from petroleum. That's okay. It's not natural though. We looked into that. It's not natural, at least. I wasn't sure if it was petroleum or not. I had to look into it just in case. I really want to make sure. And if it's from oils, it's probably from like GMO corn and soy. And then they do a bunch of stuff to it in the laboratory, and it's definitely not natural like we saw. Yeah, vegetable oils, probably going to be GMO ones that they're using nowadays. I have to. Now I have to. Just show you how bad it is. Oh my God, look it. It is a PPG 26 butith 26 chemical compound. It is a polyoxypropylene, that's definitely petroleum based, and polyoxyethylene, petroleum based, ether of butyl alcohol, which I think is also petroleum. And its safety in use is it's considered safe, but we all know what that means. Sure. Is it petroleum? See, now I can't even trust that the other one's not petroleum, because this one's saying it's not, but I know it is. It's not a petroleum product. It's a polymer made from propylene oxide and is used. Okay. But let's go back, because let's look this up. Because I guarantee you this is from petroleum. That's why it's so annoying to get to the truth sometimes with these people. Propylene glycol. We know that's petroleum. So, like, the fact that I'm searching this and then the propylene glycol comes up, I'm pretty sure that's petroleum. And then they're trying to say it has low toxicity, but you got to handle it with care. Yeah, sure. Okay. Polyoxypropylene is not itself, it's not petroleum itself, but it is a chemical compound derived from propylene oxide, which is a product of the petroleum refining. When you dig deep enough, you do find that a lot of these chemicals are rooted back from the petroleum industry in some way. That's why I told you that Rockefeller oil guy, he had his byproducts. He knew they were poisonous, and he needed to figure out what to do with them, how to get those poisons into our bodies and into our environment. So he approached these people, told them, use my stuff, my poisons in your products, and then we'll get you a government contract too. That's what I think happened. And they might have been satanic from the very beginning, but then they ended up creating these industries together. So yes, if I look it up differently. Okay, see, this is why I probably have to look it up and say, is it petroleum based to get the answer? Yes, it is derived from petroleum based sources, specifically through the polymerization of propylene oxide, which is a petrochemical product. I knew it. Now if I look into the other one again, I'm like, it's a synthetic ingredient made from chemical compounds, specifically blah, 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 rather than being derived from petroleum. Well, see, that's how they get you. They say, no, it's not. They're trying to make you think, no, it's not. But then we look into it, and then this propylene glycol. Wait. Now I'm getting confused. I'm like, is that the same? Whatever. We're seeing there's some petroleum, okay? How do we just get on this? Crap, there's so many weird ass chemicals. I'm getting them confused now, and I'm like, crap. Well, whether this is propylene based or not. Oh yeah. See how it says it is a okay, so it is. So it is a polyoxypropylene and polyoxyethylene ether of butyl alcohol. So they're saying it's not, they're trying to tell you that it's not petroleum based, but then when you really look into it, this is the same ingredient here, right? And it is petroleum based. So stop trying to trick us and tell us that it's not. I knew it was. Raw material. The primary raw material for this nasty chemical is propylene oxide, which is typically produced from petroleum. So they're trying to say it's not petroleum because they're like, oh, well, technically it's actually a synthetic polymer. So no, it's not petroleum. But when you're making the synthetic polymer, its production relies on petroleum-based materials. So it is. So that's why sometimes it's tricky when you research these things. They try to trick you, and you have to go deeper, and then you will find. Whoever researches this and is like, you know what? They're saying that it's not petroleum, so it's fine. Okay, you... survival of the fittest here. Because if one look at this, one look at that ingredient, and I just knew. Just like all the other ones, I could deep dive all of these. And we're going to find the same thing, but let's do one more. I keep saying I'm not going to do it. Oh my God, I don't even know if I just spelled that right. I tried so hard. It's a preservative commonly used in personal care products and cleaning agents to prevent bacterial growth. Yeah, we don't want that because it's going to also kill the beneficial microbiome. The only things that we want that prevent the pathogens from growing are the natural essential oils. They prevent pathogens from growing, but they allow the beneficial microbiome to live because that's how it's God source's design. It's an intelligent design. And our microbiome that's beneficial is designed to survive the natural good antimicrobials. They will not kill your beneficials. The pathogens are the ones that get killed by the natural ones. But then when you get the synthetic antimicrobials, they kill the pathogens sometimes, and then they definitely kill your beneficial microbiome. And then sometimes I think the pathogens actually come in different microorganisms. Sometimes pathogenic ones actually will come in and live better from these. Because you know how they're telling you, oh, Dawn is biodegradable. What do you think is going to come in and biodegrade this? It's not going to be a microorganism that God wants to be at high levels. So whatever is going to biodegrade this, it's going to take a long time. It's going to shift the microbiome to be bad, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, oh, it's biodegradable. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not really biodegradable in the same way that the Castile soap is. And then whatever does come in and biodegrade it is going to be some kind of pathogen or some kind of weird microorganism that's not naturally meant to be growing to high levels. But it's going to grow to high levels because there's abnormally high levels of this poison. You know what I'm saying? Whatever feeds off of this, it's not going to be good in my opinion. So in your body and in the earth, it's going to cause an imbalanced microbiome. This is why we don't use these products and we use the natural ones only. I know it's not natural, but let's just see what it says. Yeah, it's a synthetic preservative. We don't like that. It's not a natural ingredient. It's not witch approved. No. Reject it. Same thing with these colors, the fake dyes, the fake fragrances. I'm telling you right now, I know who makes them. It's satanic people, and I know that they're poisonous. It's pharmakiea, sorcery from the laboratories. I'm not going to bother going through the rest of this. The PPG, blah, 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 all this. I'm like, I'm not going to bother, and then here I am. PEI 14, PEG 24, PPG 16 copolymer. Okay, this has got to be petroleum based. Copolymer is a type of copolymer used in various products, blah, blah, blah. Anti-caking properties. Okay, we don't need that. We'll find natural ways. It's derived from different monomers, including polyethylene glycol, polypropylene glycol. These have got to be petroleum based. Yeah. Oh no, I don't want this. You can just tell it's not natural and it's disgusting and poison. I can just tell. But let's just see. Is it petroleum based? Tell me. You know it's extra poisonous when they're admitting to you right off the bat. Yup, it is petroleum based. Because remember that other one we looked at? just was like trying to trick us. This one, it's so poisonous. They're just like, you know what? We're not even going to lie. Yeah, it's freaking petroleum based. Derived from ethylene oxide and propylene oxide, which are petroleum based. So yes, like I said, this is poison, yo. And don't do it. We saw the connections to the Nazis. Clearly, this is not on accident. You want me to think this is on accident? And then we saw where they were saying that there do seem to be, it's not just me. This is not just me. There are people out there who say, yo, you got some weird connections, Procter & Gamble. We know we can't connect you 100%. There could be someone out there. If I did a deep dive, maybe I would find something that totally 100% connects them. But at this point, they might have tried to cover things up. Who knows if I can totally prove it. But in my opinion, speculation, I'm sensing we got some satanic Nazis, commies, Israelis, whatever you want to call these people. They're all the same to me. Oh yeah. So that concludes my deep dive into I just wanted to do a deep dive into Dawn dish soap and then the ingredients of the Dr. Bronner, who turns out it's not as bad as I thought. But do I want them to take out the benzyl alcohol? Would I prefer that? And to take out the limonene and to put in lime essential oil and organic alcohol? Yes, I would prefer that. But you know what? It's not the worst. That's why I still am going to use it. You know? And I've been using it for years. And I think they did add some of this. I don't think they ever used to have that. I think it's like a newer thing that they added, and they might have slightly altered it over the years. But that's why I'm putting it out there, to let these people know, hey, skirt, skirt. Make sure you're not lowering the quality, and please don't sell out to those satanic people with their slave labor money. Because you know how the Dawn dish soap has connections to the Rockefeller? I believe that they got their money from slave labor. So the fact that then Dawn dish soap got the military contracts and started making tons of money too, it's all connected back to slave labor, satanic money. So you cannot sell out to these people, and we cannot support the satanic people. Okay, let's continue the lesson. Now, let's go back and continue the lesson. So we will continue the lesson in the next video, because this one clearly got out of hand. This is why I kept saying, oh my God, I can't even freaking deep dive all these ingredients. It's going to take way too long. But I'm glad I did do a lot. And if you were paying attention looking at the screen, you would have seen even more. It's clearly freaking poisonous, and when you deep dive it, you see that, and I think we did that in this video. But I just really like to dig in there and show you guys and give examples. But we'll continue the lesson of different body products in the next video and see what else comes out, because I wasn't expecting to expose Nazis, but it always happens somehow. Nazis, commies, and Israelis, oh my. So we'll continue the lesson in the next video. And just please don't forget to use the Amazon links that I will link below for the products that we discussed so far in this video. And come back for more in the next video. And I'm just going to insert one little thing for people. If someone out there has some money to throw around and they are in a health situation, excuse my cat scratching shit. If you're in a health situation and you want me to work with you, because even the best athletes need coaches, right? So if you need someone to help you reach your goals more quickly, you know, if you're in a health situation, I have a way to work with me one-on-one. It does cost a chunk of money, and then you got to have some extra to play around with getting your food. You know, we're going to do diet, lifestyle, and herbs, all that. So I'm just going to insert that real quick and then come back for the next video. Yeah, so thanks for being here, though. All right, now lastly, I just want to say, before I go, for people who want to work with me one-on-one, I am working on a way to have a more affordable way to help people, which I think is going to be on YouTube and maybe Patreon. I'm still setting up my Patreon because it's harder than you think. It doesn't work as easily as you would expect, the Patreon. So I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do it. But until then, I just need to grow my YouTube following, get 1,000 followers, apply for their members only, and then I'll be able to serve people at a cheaper cost too. But anyone who wants to work with me one-on-one for now, if you go to my Rumble channel, whatever video you click on is going to have this join button, or you just go directly to my profile. You're going to see a little join button, and that's how you go over to my locals. And if you hit support on locals, it's $1,111 a month. People who want to work with me one-on-one to really optimize your health. You're going to get early access to all the videos that are my extended videos, because I'm going to do some free information, some extended information, which I already have some for you behind the paywall. Like my toothpaste recipe, I did some for free, and then I did some behind the paywall. My parasite cleanse is almost all behind the paywall, but if you watch my videos, I'd put some tips out there. But the parasite cleanse is behind the paywall right now, and you're going to get early access to that. You're going to work with me one-on-one, and then eventually once I get my numbers up and I figure out how to have a more affordable thing, I'll do something more affordable too. But I'm just kind of figuring things out as I go. All right, so yeah, if you're somebody who has the money and you can afford it, and you might want to work 1 month, you might want to work a few months with me or more, who knows, if you have the money. And then you also have to be able to afford, we're going to be working on your diet, we're going to be working on your lifestyle and all sorts of things. So you're going to have extra money for all that. So if you're, just putting it out there. But if you think you can afford it, let's go. Whatever your health issue is, I can help you. It doesn't matter what it is. They're like, this dumb bitch, she doesn't know. I'm not going to trust her. I'm not going to pay her. Okay. I can't do anything about it. All I can do is offer my services, and when the right one comes, let's go. You know what I mean? Because I've been helping people for free for years. They all love it. If I can help people for free, when I get paid, I'm going to be getting paid a decent little chunk of money for each month. It's by the month we're going to do it for now. And it's $1,111 a month. And if you can do that and that's not stressing you out, and you have the extra money, let's go. If you're somebody who can't afford that, I have my free videos I'll be putting out. And then I'm going to come up with a more affordable version. I just need to get my YouTube set up. Once I get my YouTube set up, then I'll be able to post more consistently, and I'll be able to come up with a more affordable offer for my, once you reach 1,000 followers on YouTube, then you can do members only. And then I'm also setting up my Patreon, so I'll shut up about that. Just know that if you really need help and you're interested, I do have an offer to work with me one-on-one. If you're interested in working with me, I'm just really pushing that, letting people know. If you have the money and you want to work with me, you've seen doctors, you've seen all these other people, no one else has been able to help you. I'm something different, And I believe people are going to love it when they work with me. And you're going to get your money's worth. I'm not just charging $1,111 and then you're not going to get anything. You're definitely going to get something out of it. And we're going to be, I'm like a personal trainer. We're going to be working 5 days a week. We'll meet up each week, meet up for an hour. That's what I'm going to do. It's an hour we'll meet up each week. And then we're going to have our little Telegram chat, so that we'll keep in touch very closely, and we'll be able to voice message, whatever. But I'm going to want to serve you properly and make sure that you like it and you feel like you get your money's worth, So I'm a one-woman show just figuring this shit out, but I know I can help people, whatever your health issue is. I know I can help anyone. I can optimize it all. I don't want to choose. I'll be quick to cut pharma profits off, so don't get comfortable. Look, use my Amazon links to support me, which I want. The last thing I'll say about that is make sure you're already signed into your Amazon account. And when you're already signed into your Amazon account, if I was already signed into my account so that I can, let's say you want to buy multiple products and you're going to use my link for multiple products. Even if you just do one product, I'll appreciate that. But the more you do, the better. So, I have my mouse over it. Click, go to address a new tab. Unless it's clickable. I'm not sure. I have to see. And the links that you look at might be really long, because I think the really long ones are the clickable links. We'll see. I have to mess around with it and figure it out. So go to address a new tab, and then you're going to open this one too. I want this one too. Go to address a new tab, but just make sure first you're already signed into your Amazon account, and that way you'll go in, add to cart, go in, add this one to cart, and then it's going to all be in your cart. You know what I mean? All right. So whether you're on YouTube or you're on Rumble, thank you for being here. I need to get my subscribers up. So if you can join me on YouTube, do that. Like I said, on Rumble, on YouTube, like, share, do all the things, use my links. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video. And if you're one-on-one, oh yeah, I wanted to say, if you're on YouTube and you want to work one-on-one, you can either go over to Rumble, find me on there, or just message me on any like Instagram or Facebook. All right, that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next video.